I had a dream, a big one. I wanted to open my own waxing salon, a place where people felt confident and cared for. I pictured the soft lighting, calming music, and happy clients leaving with smooth skin. The vision was vivid, but my bank account was empty. Fear was my constant companion, whispering doubts. You can't do this. People with money start businesses, not people like you. The thought of failing terrified me. I was scared of looking foolish, of letting down the few who believed in me. The mountain ahead seemed impossibly high. How could I start a business with nothing? But dreams don't just disappear. They persist, like a song stuck in your head. My desire to create this salon was stronger than my fear. I realized I had a choice. Let fear win, or face it head on. I chose to believe in myself, even when my circumstances screamed otherwise. I made a promise I would figure it out somehow. My new mantra became, everything is figure-outable. I wrote it on sticky notes, repeated it every morning and night. This simple phrase changed my perspective. It turned a giant, scary problem into smaller, manageable challenges. I didn't need all the answers right away, just the courage to find them, one step at a time. My journey didn't start with a business loan. It started with a change in mindset. I stopped waiting for the perfect moment and started moving forward, even if it was just one tiny step. I learned that action, not perfection, is what brings dreams to life. I let go of the idea that I needed money to start. I focused on what I could do with what I had. I leaned into resourcefulness, creativity, and grit. I reminded myself every big dream starts small. I was ready to build my future, one figure-outable step at a time. The only thing I truly needed was the belief that I could do it. That belief became my foundation, and with that, my journey began. My first step was to create a plan, a figure-outable master plan. I listed everything I needed: a location, waxing table, supplies, business cards, a website, a way to book appointments. The list looked impossible, but I refused to let the price tags stop me. Next to each item, I brainstormed creative ways to get it for free or cheap. For location, sublet a room, partner with a salon, or go mobile. For equipment, ask for used items, check Craigslist free, barter my services. This exercise forced my brain to seek solutions, not dwell on problems. My most valuable assets weren't money. They were my time, skills, and network. I listed everyone who might help, even in small ways. A graphic designer friend, a cousin who built websites, the coffee shop owner I knew. I wasn't asking for money, just advice, favors, or trades. My network became my hidden treasure chest. The plan was my roadmap, updated daily. I broke big goals into tiny, actionable steps. Instead of find a location, I wrote, call 3 salons today. Instead of get supplies, I wrote, post on Facebook groups for a used wax pot. This made everything less overwhelming. I wasn't building a salon in a day, just completing one small task at a time. Each task checked off grew my confidence. Progress, not perfection, was my new goal. I learned to celebrate small wins. My plan wasn't perfect, but it was moving me forward. Every day I got a little closer. The figure-outable master plan turned my dream into a series of doable steps, and that made all the difference. Finding a place to work was my biggest hurdle. Renting a commercial space was out of the question. I started thinking outside the box. Could I be a mobile waxer? But I wanted a professional home base. I called local businesses, hair salons, nail salons, massage clinics, pitching my idea. I'd rent a small, unused room and pay a percentage of every service. Most said no, but after dozens of calls, I got a maybe from Sarah, a hair salon owner. She had a small back room used for storage. It wasn't much, but it had potential. I offered to clean and transform it for free, just to show her my vision. I spent a weekend scrubbing, painting with leftover paint, and adding thrifted touches. When Sarah saw the transformation, she was impressed. She agreed to let me use the room for 20% of every service. I had my $1 million location. Not for $1 million, but for a weekend of hard work and the courage to ask. That little room became my sanctuary. It wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. I learned that opportunity often hides in unlikely places. All it took was persistence, creativity, and a willingness to do the work. My dream had a home. I didn't need a fancy address, just a space where I could start. The right partnership can open doors money can't. I proved to myself that resourcefulness beats resources. My business was real, even if my budget was tiny. I was building something from nothing, and that felt like $1 million. The journey was just beginning. I was ready for the next challenge. With a location secured, I needed supplies. Waxing table, warmers, wax, lotions, strips. Buying new was impossible, so I hustled. I scoured Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and community groups for freebies. I found a professional waxing table from a massage therapist giving hers away. I traded waxing services for used warmers and leftover supplies from a retiring esthetician. Bartering became my superpower. I swapped services for business cards, lotions, and more. For essentials I couldn't get free, like wax, I piggybacked on a larger salon's order for wholesale prices. The owner even gave me advice and encouragement. Piece by piece, my salon came together. No debt, just creativity and grit. Every item had a story. My space was built on relationships, not receipts. I learned that asking for help isn't weakness, it's resourcefulness. My supplies were a patchwork of generosity and hustle, and that made my business uniquely mine. Opening my doors wasn't enough. I had to create a buzz. With no marketing budget, I relied on creativity and connection. I started an Instagram, sharing waxing tips, debunking myths, and using local hashtags. I engaged with every comment and followed local businesses, building a community, not just a client list. Offline, I designed simple flyers and introduced myself to neighborhood businesses offering staff discounts. These owners became my advocates. My best move? A founding members launch team. I offered free services to friends and acquaintances in exchange for honest social media posts. Their word of mouth was priceless. Soon my Instagram was filled with real people raving about their experience. The buzz grew before I even opened. I learned that authentic connection beats expensive ads. Community is the best marketing. My story was my brand. People wanted to support a dreamer who hustled. And that's how I built excitement from zero. The day my first real paying customer booked felt surreal. Her name was Jessica, a stranger who found me through Instagram. Seeing her name in my booking system was a mix of excitement and terror. I prepared obsessively, wanting everything to be perfect. When she arrived, we were both nervous, but I focused on making her comfortable. I explained every step, checked in constantly, and gave the best service I could. It was more than a wax, it was an experience. When she smiled and said, "That was the best wax I've ever had," I felt a wave of relief and pride. She tipped generously and booked her next appointment on the spot. In that moment, my dream became real. All the fear and hard work paid off. I realized this was no longer just a dream. I had a real business. Every risk, every hustle, every late night was worth it. I proved to myself that I could do it. That first client changed everything. My journey had truly begun, and I was ready for more. 6 months in, I hit my lowest point. My main wax pot died, clients canceled, and my schedule fell apart. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and on the verge of tears. When I spilled expensive wax beads everywhere, I broke down. I wanted to quit, but I remembered why I started. My dream, my first happy client, the support I'd received. I took a breath, cleaned up, and kept going. I survived that awful day. It taught me resilience. Bad days happen, but they don't define you. I learned to pause, regroup, and push forward. Every entrepreneur faces setbacks. What matters is getting back up. I realized I was stronger than I thought. The hard days made the victories sweeter. I kept showing up no matter what. My dream was worth fighting for, and I wasn't giving up. Running my salon taught me more than any class ever could. Resourcefulness is more valuable than resources. When you have no money, you get creative. Bartering, negotiating, seeing opportunity in obstacles. Perfection is a trap. Action is what matters. My first website and flyers were basic, but they worked. Done is better than perfect. Community is everything. My business was built on kindness. People who gave me a chance, shared advice, or became my first clients. Success is a team sport. Ask for help and pay it forward when you can. Most of all, I learned to trust myself. Every problem solved built my confidence. Fear is just a feeling. It doesn't have to be in control. I am the author of my story. The journey made me stronger, braver, and more capable. That's the real reward. If you have a dream but no money, listen closely. You can do this. Your circumstances don't define your future. Start with a decision to believe in yourself. Make your own figure-outable master plan. List what you need, brainstorm ways to get it free or cheap. Barter your skills, tap your network, borrow or buy secondhand. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. Break your dream into tiny steps. One call, one post, one bit of research. Don't get overwhelmed, just take the next step. Celebrate every small win. Embrace the journey, including the hard days. Every challenge makes you stronger. The person you become is the greatest prize. Don't let lack of money kill your dream. The world needs what only you can offer. Go make it happen.